All right. Hello, everyone. This is a recording on Ustream Live, and I'm talking to real people in the chat. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and fast forward if there's parts you don't want to watch. These are the pours that are dry from the last time. So this one here, and I think this one I'm going to add a peacock because to me this looks like feathers. So I'll probably do a peacock and then collage it on there. This one came out real pretty, I thought. The metallics. Uh, and then this one. Some of the cells are hard to see on the, like the silver goes gray, but it's actually a silver metallic. And then this one. Um, on this one, we put this precious metals, and it did kind of dry funny in a few places where we put that. It's not a bad thing. It just kind of dried a little different. And I feel like this one needs something, but I'm not sure. I may just varnish them and take them to the show and then see what people say. This one kind of reminds me of a beach or something. So that's those. And today we're going to use totally different colors. And oh, this was the other one. We did these when Eileen likes those PBO fantasy paints that Xander sent me. And I finally have decided what I'm going to do with this. Because I don't like them the way they are. There's two. They're not varnished or anything. But this is like almost like an enamel on here. So what I've decided is I'm going to do a piece similar to Annika Gray. Here's an example where she does on black canvases, and it's kind of tone on tone, so it's a lot of white paint stenciled, ephemera that's all in kind of neutrals. So I gathered some things, and I'm going to add some pieces and some like black and white and do kind of a collage with that style. But I'm waiting for, I'm supposed to get some die cuts from Joan that they sent back to England. So I think I'm going to wait, and I think that's what I'm going to do is try to build up some layers on this to make it more interesting before I varnish it. Eileen should be here soon. She was the one that asked me if I was streaming today, and I had just gotten home from school. She asked me hours ago, but I was in class, so I didn't see it till just now. So I'm going to put that up, and we'll work on that. I may start doing layers and then add this stuff from Joan towards on the very top layer. She's in the list. She may be busy. She may be doing art. Okay, I already showed this book. Kathy showed us this book, Kathy Berg, and then several of us bought it. I know Jennifer bought it, and Colleen bought it, and it's got great step-by-step of botanicals. Now, they're fairly simple. They're not super hard. So I got that, which I've already shown before. I didn't order the one with the cactus. And then I got this one, and I bought this one used, but like it must have come for an overstock. And a couple people have shown that this one is floral motifs. And it has a CD in back so that you could print, and I still have a CD on this laptop. I still have that, so I could print with that. Then I've gotten this Well, I'm thinking what I want to do is do some like, I want to do like Cece. I want to grow up to be Cece. I want to do some watercolor intuitive like splatters and then use some of these designs on top of it. She's really good of just kind of coming up with it with like the black pen, which I didn't get any of the micron pens, so I'm sort of disappointed in that. Need to check back at Hobby Lobby again. And then I've decided Erin from Happily We Go has kind of inspired me to think about, and Patty, about making my own watercolor paints and maybe even offering, like, coming up with a palette and offering it on my Etsy. So that's going to be one of my projects this summer, is to play around with making watercolors and coming up with some custom palettes. So I ordered the natural paint book. Now, I will say I was a little disappointed in this one. Is focused mainly on like using paint in your house or on furniture, but it does have recipes for different things. It does include a watercolor recipe, but it also had some like something they called beer glaze, which looked interesting.
Beer glaze.
I don't think I'd eat it. Liming wax I thought looked really cool. There were some other things that I thought might work in mixed media. A transparent oil glaze might be neat on the, you know. It even had like a recipe for making gesso. So I'm going to keep it. Like I said, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be as much. As, like I said, it's more home, like finishes for your home. So, but I also got the earthen pigments. This book is a lot about collecting the pigments and making the pigments, but it also has a recipe for watercolor. You can look online and you can watch YouTube. Gouache, egg tempera, Galère again, Casein or milk paint, cold wax medium, which I thought was kind of interesting, wax crayons or pastel crayons, fabric paints, printmaking ink. So it had several recipes. And then I have a third book that I've ordered that's not here, that's also of the same vein. So that's what I've ordered recently. Eileen needs those books. Okay, so, and we're going to get brave. We're going to try something that I've seen Rio do. And Sace. Well, Rio does it. Sace doesn't do it. Alright, so sticks. So, I should have got some big cups, but I didn't. So we're just going to have to deal with what I have. I don't think I'm gonna do 2 whites. And I'm gonna do 2 blacks. Hi, Dee Dee. Alright. And let me get the Floetrol. And I'm just gonna, this is an old measuring cup. It's just easier than pouring from this big jug. I thought I'd do bright colors and a negative. So I have all brights. Try and do something different. So some turquoise, some lime green.
No.
yellow. A bright orange. Orange is a little thick. And this pink's not real bright, but I probably have, actually I'm not going to use that pink. I'll use a different pink. I'll use this Pink Tropics. It's a little brighter. All right, finish. And it's about half, Lena. But if your paints are a little heavier, then you want to use a little bit more Floetrol. You can also add a little bit of water. Oh, and the other thing that I got my DD napkins to use. The last book was Earthen Pigments by Sandy Webster. And it tells you how to gather natural pigments. And then it had several recipes. Oh, and let me show you this and get your opinion on this too. Be thinking. These are the little pours that we did, that we re-poured, and they turned out real pretty. This one I like, and this one I like as is. But see how this one has like a hole or an opening? I want to put something coming out, but I can't decide like if I want to put a sea otter or a dolphin. Because then I was thinking it might look really neat to like hang the 3 pieces and only have the embellishment on that one. So what do we think? Like a little white sea otter or seal, a dolphin. I don't want to do a turtle. I'm thinking something that's coming out of the water is what I was leaning towards. A dolphin? Yeah, I kind of thought that might, all of the otters that I found, all the reference photos, they were kind of laying on their backs more. So I thought that a dolphin might be better. Yeah, I just did 2 mermaids, Jennifer. I thought about it, and it's real small. So if I did a mermaid, she'd have to be super small. I mean, because this is 6 by 6. But I can get like a little dolphin like coming up out of the water and put some white around him that makes it like almost like a foam. Okay, so Lena, what I'm looking for in the paint is you want it to sit on the stick but run off the stick. Kind of like pancake batter is what you're sort of looking for. And I may have to add some water to the heavier paints. I don't know that. Can you see how it's sort of running? And you want to make If you get strings, it's the Floetrol. Just work on getting it smoother, or you can pick them out sometimes too. Okay. One thing I'll say about the Dixie cups is they are thin. Now you'll see why I chose the Dixie cups this time. Now I'm going to add some water to that orange, because it was a little goopy when it came out of the bottle. And I'll have to add the silicone to it. I don't have the oil in it yet. Yeah, see, that's pretty goopy. Add some more water and let that sit for a minute. See how the yellow. No, I have not. I have not seen it in my stores. I think it's more carried more in Europe, which makes me wonder if it's probably like Floetrol. They won't let them. You can't get it in Canada, but you can get Ottawa brand, the Easy Flow. So I wonder chemically if it's a little bit more friendly or something chemically. Yeah, that. Some of these paints from Hobby Lobby may have been older. Yeah, I don't. I can get it so inexpensive. I can get the Easy Flow for like $6 to $13, depending which size container I buy. But everything I've seen online has been super expensive. Now, a lot of people strain it. No, you use silicone oil. Um, you can use dimethicone, which is in a lot of hair products, but it's silicone. It's not. It's not baby oil. A lot of people buy the treadmill oil from Amazon, and it looks like this. The other thing you can use is you can use a spray like Silicone Blaster or CRC, but not WD-40. WD-40 has some other chemicals in it. And I definitely got the orange thin enough now. Not sure about that yellow yet. I did 2 cups of the black. It's going to look more gray because of the Floetrol, but the Floetrol dries clear. Hey Bob, do you mind putting those on that table for me?
I don't mind you doing this archery, lady, but make sure you get your woman the chores done around the house.
Yeah, just stack them up. Thanks. Okay, that gets the black. Get the white. Add some water to that white. A little bit here. Yeah, I don't like the Dixie cups for mixing. So I'll be getting different cups for that. Yeah, and then they spill easily too. I spilled all that lime green, which we need. Okay. The last of that Floetrol and the white. We need to make short popsicle sticks there. Alright, then I'm going to add a couple drops of silicone to my colors, but not the black this time. Okay. I'm trying to move everything a little bit out of the way. Yeah, defective cup. Thank you, CB. That's what it is. And I painted the sides of this canvas black just to make it a little easier since I was going to do a negative pour with black. So I am going to start with white. I'm not going to use a lot of white in this one, but just a little bit on the bottom. And then let's go with that lime green because it just really is begging to be. Yeah, these cups are also like getting soft. Okay, let's do yellow. And I like to pour up high. And then let's do a little layer of white. turquoise. And a little shot of that black. An orange. There we go. Yellow again. Black's trying to take over there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is let that sit for a second, and then I'm going to put black. Remember, this is actually black. And that kind of chunked up a little bit. Just let's add just a little more black over here. Okay. Oh, I didn't do what I was going to try. I'll try it on the next one. I don't like that, so I'm going to let's torch. Hi, Joan. I think I need a different torch. This one will not stay on. Okay, let's work on pouring. There may not be much black to be negative. There's too much paint, so I've gotta pour it off. Okay. Like I said, it didn't end up being a lot of black and negative, but okay with that. Let's try the torch again. happy with that. Let me put it in a tray and I'll lift it up where you can see it a little closer. Put it over here. We'll do another one. Okay. All right, so in this cup, and that's because of my fingerprint there. Let's go a little bit of, I don't think, let's do a little, just a little black on the bottom and not the white. And then let's stick with the turquoise. The lime green. Do a little bit of white. Some orange. And we'll finish with some pink. Okay, and we're gonna flip that. We're gonna put some white around. And let's try this. Alright, we're gonna try heating the cup and seeing if we can get it to walk. I am not seeing it move. Oh, there it goes. Keep some of that paint. I'm not seeing a lot of walking. It's supposed to like slide and move, but I'm not seeing it at all. I think the white might have been too thick. Okay, let's move some of this around. Till I've also got some globs in there too. definitely have too thick of paint right in there. But it'll probably come out when well, I have a heat gun, but I don't have a hairdryer here. Paint's too thick. One of the colors is too thick. Some of these, it's that orange. But I'm going to add some ribbons, I think. I'm not real wild about this one. So I'm going to get the canvas covered. It's not a bad composition wise. It's got some interesting lines. Okay. Let's put a little paint in a cup. A little white. And some of that pink. I need some more. Tilt that a little bit that way. in the back. And just let those ribbons kind of move a little. Gonna swipe that right there. A little bit of white in there. All right, let's get the torch out. You can definitely tell where I swiped it. Alright, I think I'm going to leave that one as it is. And I probably have enough paint to do one more pour. Cannot say that I'm loving these colors, but I knew it wasn't really my thing. Alright, so let's start with the turquoise and the green. Let's give it a little shot of white. Some of that yellow in there. Put some of that orange in there. Okay. Alright, let's flip that. Let's add a little water to that white. Let's use the rest of this white over here. Add some of that. See, it really thickened up as it sat here. All right. What's that? And I'm going to go ahead and just sort of swipe it. We'll get rid of these cups real quick. I like that pop of that orange. You might have to add some orange ribbons in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pour some of this off and move it. Yeah, that paint got really thick in a couple places. Y'all hear Tay Tay? Okay. I'll torch it here in a minute. Not getting a lot of big cells, but I am getting some little cells developing here and there. Yeah, I like how the orange is webbed out here with the white. Try to kind of enhance a little more of that. And then we'll hit it with the torch again. Okay, let's torch that little area. I think that's about it. Those in the water. The only paint I have left is a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink, a little bit of black. Not enough for a pour. I think that will be the last pour. But I think that's my favorite, but of course I like the colors. Night, Dee Dee. Okay, let me put this in a tray. Give me a little bit of a close up. But I like the orange with the white and the teal. I do like that. And the green. That I like that combination. In fact, that's some pretty right in here. But it's really hard to get stuff out of this tray, and it's too thick when it dries. Let's see, we could try. This is just watercolor paper. So I'm gonna cut it up into a smaller piece. Let's try a little dipping and see what we get. It's pretty, but it's real dark. Let's try right here. It just muddies up. But I'm just going to let those pieces dry just kind of like they are. Kind of interesting. That up and see what we can. Let's see if we can get anything with the torch. And we'll leave the negative, the white spots just white right now. Some little cells, not a not a lot. And of course they're like bowed up a little bit. So let's put those in a tray and they can dry, and then we'll play with them on another day. Just let them dry. So you can see a little bit of cell action. But it's mostly muddy. Not that there's anything wrong with brown. All right, let me stop the recording there. That'd be a